Assalamu alaikum students, welcome to English class. Today we are going to start a new lesson and the title is 3 Days to See. And this title will help you to understand the feelings of Helen Keller. In my previous lecture, I have given you the brief introduction of Helen Keller. So in this lesson, you will come to know about her feelings, what she feels if she had been given eyes only for 3 days. So by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to know about role models depicting professionalism. You'll be able to skim and scan the text, and you will see how conditional sentences are used in this text. And you'll be able to write a description with reasons and consequences. So here is paragraph 1 to 5. So to start with, sometimes I have thought that it would be an excellent rule to live each day as if we should die tomorrow. Now, these are feelings of Helen Keller. See, she says that it would be an excellent idea. She thinks about this. It would be an excellent idea if every day is lived as tomorrow we would die. Such an attitude would emphasize sharply the values of life. If we spend life in this way, definitely we are going to give value to our life. We should live each day with gentleness, kindness, with vigor, enthusiasm, and a keenness of appreciation, with fondness of appreciation, where we appreciate each and everything, which is often lost when time stretches before us in the constant panorama of more days and months and years to come. Now, panorama, if you can see, it's a picture or photograph containing a wide view. When we see life stretched in front of us in many years, so then we are unable to enjoy it, and then we don't spend it the way we should spend it. Okay, so when we have the limited time, she says, if we spend our life in a way that tomorrow maybe I won't be able to see this dawn, this day, definitely we are going to enjoy. So this is her idea of life. There are those, of course, who would adopt the Epicurean motto of eat. Epicurean means pleasure seeking. Epicurean, the only purpose of their life is eat, drink, and be happy. But most people would be chastened by the certainty of impending death. Chasten means they would be submissive, they would subdue, they would leave these wishes because they they are quite sure that the death is approaching. They are being followed by death. So there are two types of people, that one whose purpose of life is only eat, drink, and be happy, but others, they they would do something uh, worth appreciating. They would do something which other peoples can't do. Okay, why? Because they know that one day they would die, and they are constantly uh, being approached by death. So definitely they will not uh, lead what you can say, a purposeless life. Now, in the second paragraph, she proves her point of view, and she says, in stories, the doomed hero, doomed, ill-fated, I've written the meanings over here. Okay, ill-fated or unlucky hero is usually saved at the last minute by some stroke of fortune, where he is about to die, but then a stroke of luck comes, and almost always his sense of values is changed, and then his values about life are completely changed. He becomes more appreciative of the meaning of life and its permanent spiritual values, and he becomes spiritually more strong. It has often been noted that those who live have lived in the shadow of death, people who had been constantly living under the shadow of death, those who see their death every day, they bring a they bring rich gentleness to everything they do. They become highly appreciative of life, and they become very kind, they become very generous, and they give more value to life rather than people who don't value life. Okay, so this is the idea of Helen Keller of life. So she gives the example of a doomed hero, ill-fated hero, who sees life very near. He sees death very near to him, but suddenly, with a blow or stroke of fortune, he is saved. And once he sees the death with his own eyes, his idea of life completely changes, and he becomes more appreciative of life, and he becomes more spiritual. Then she says, perhaps I can best illustrate by imagining what I should most like to see if I was given the use of my eyes, says, for just 3 days. Now, why she depicts these examples, or why she tells us that how should we lead our life or how should we live our life, because she herself was a blind girl or woman, and since she didn't have eyes, so she says when you don't have something, you understand the value of that thing. So she says that I can best illustrate by imagining what I should most like to see if I was given the use of my eyes, says, for just 3 days. And we, as common human beings, common people who are blessed with eyes, ears, hands, who are perfectly fine, who are being blessed with everything, with health and with all the body parts, we don't value all these things the way she did. On the first day, she says, if I had been given eyes only for 3 days, on the first day I should want to see the people whose kindness, gentleness, and companionship have made my life worth living. So she would spend her first day and she would love to see the people. Now she can't see them, the people who have made her life worth living. So she would love to see those people uh, who had been so kind, so gentle, and who had been her companions in this journey of tough life. The next day, the second day of her sight, she would arise with the dawn. She would get up early in the morning and see the thrilling miracle. We never think like that. Thrilling miracle. Which thrilling? Exciting miracle. Something which is out of this world. By which night, which miracle she wants to see? How the night is changed into day. How the morning sun it rises. I should behold with awe. She says that I should see with amazement the magnificent panorama of life. Panorama. See, you can see picture of photograph containing a wide view, with which the sun awakens the sleeping earth. See the choice of words by her. How nicely she has used magnificent panorama of life, where life holds so many pictures, so many joys, so many luxuries for you. And she says that I would love to see how the sun awakens the sleeping earth. See, at night everything is dead, everything is at rest mode. But in the morning, from birds to human beings, everything is awakened, everything is in movement or motion. So today we will just go through these five paragraphs. Here is a quick recap. Helen Keller, she was born in 1880 and died in 1968. Helen Keller, after an illness, was left blind and deaf at the age of 19 months. At the age of 7 years, Anne Sullivan took charge of her, and Anne Sullivan was a 20 years old graduate of Perkins Schools for the Blind. She was the teacher of special children. Helen Keller's formal education ended when she received her BA degree, but throughout life she continued to study. She didn't stop with this degree. There are many publications to her credit. She wrote many books. As I have shown you in my previous lecture, during her lifetime she received awards of great distinction. She showed the world that there are no boundaries to courage and faith, and her life is an example for us. Here is a quick recap of paragraph 1 to 5. She says it would be an excellent idea to live each day of life as it is the last day, because then only we will value our life and the people and the things around us. She says we should live each day with gentleness, with vigor and keenness of appreciation. We should appreciate each and everything rather than um, telling that how depressed or how demotivated we are. And this thing is usually missing from our life because we are blessed with eyes and ears and we can speak. Since she couldn't see, she couldn't hear, so she could appreciate the things which we can't. She gives the example of a hero who meets his death but is fortunately saved by a lucky moment, and then his perspective of life is completely changed. We give value to certain things when they are taken away from us. Yes, we start giving value, or we start taking off our health when we are no more healthy, when we are surrounded by different diseases. Since she was blind, she tells how she would spend the time if she was given eyesight only for 3 days. So the first day, she says, the first day she wanted to spend with her dear and near ones who had made her life worth living. And second day of her sight, she would like to see the miracle of transformation of night into day, and how the sun awakens the earth. She says that she would see with amazement this amazing view when the sun awakens everything, and how the night is transformed into day. We'll continue the reading tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening.